Alright YouTube, what is going on? It is ConflctNerd Callum here today, bringing you another episode of our Transport Fever Let's Play. Today's episode number 7, and today we start off on a good note actually. All the new buses and the new railway line which we've implemented in the last few episodes they're all doing extremely great, which I'm really happy to see. So as you can see, for example, Pateley Bridge 2 episodes ago had a population of about 200, 250. Just because of the buses alone, it's already up over 500, which is great to see. The new railway line is doing extremely good as well. As you can see, the amount of people here waiting at Philly train station is more than the current train can actually handle, and you're all wanting to go towards... or no, you're not, you're split actually, which is quite good. So everything really is all good. As you can see here, Fairford again, a new place which got its own connect and got its bus line coming in from Willesden. That is doing extremely well. We go over to Greensley and it's not got any bus support, and that is basically shown with just the lack of growth there. It's still in the 200s. I think now our smallest town, and it's also only got 12 people waiting at the train station as well. Going over here to Curtin, I'm not really at all sure. You've grown a wee bit actually. At least you have a bus coming into you now, which is good to see. Though it would be nice to get a train out to you. But in today's episode, we've got a lot to do. What I want to do is, if we very quickly go into here, basically I've renamed all the lines, which is good. So at the end of the last episode, I bought a few new trains for the Ride, Chesham, Haverhill, Loughton line. Basically that was just upgrading from the old trains, which were the Class 3-5s, I think they were. Let me just have a look here. So the old trains consisted of... oh, do we not even have them anymore? No, we do. So this is them here. We used to have these trains here, which were the Class 3-5s, and it was time to upgrade, so we went for the Flying Scotsman, as you can see, and we upgraded all our trains to that, and we also upgraded our carriages as well, from these ones which could only hold 17 people, up to these ones which could hold 20 people, which that didn't make much difference, but basically the trains can go much faster, which is good. And as you can see, our lines, the Ride, Chesham, Haverhill, Loughton line is slowly just getting back up to profit, and it's really good to see how well our Ride, Philly, Pateley Bridge, Fairford, Loughton line is doing. But in today's episode, what I want to do is go ahead and bring these lines together and just have an anti-clockwise and a clockwise loop. So basically for that I think we need about 10 trains, so we do need a wee bit more money for that. So I reckon, roughly if I'm going to continue to use the same train, which I think I will for now, then we are going to require about 30 odd million, but I don't want to go ahead. I realise I have the money to go ahead and buy it now, but I'm not going to bother. We will wait a wee bit more in the episode and then we'll get on with going ahead and creating the loop. We are going to start off though by clearing up some of these bus stops, because there seems to be a lot of people waiting at a lot of bus stops. Not just necessarily in Ride, but all over the place. So, as we can see here, the Ride Philly line there is extremely busy. Philly's really interesting actually, because Philly has... why is there so many people waiting here? So definitely, the Philly to Pateley Bridge line definitely needs a lot of buses. You have a depot here, so we're going to go ahead and start off by... might as well just settle yous onto the line. So you're going to go on to... I've renamed all the lines, so the B's stand for bus lines. The BCs stand for connects. So we're going from the Philly to the bridge. So hopefully deploying all those buses will help go ahead and clear it up, because there's a lot of people waiting here as well. 36 people waiting to go up to Pateley Bridge. And if we go into Pateley itself, there's quite a few people waiting at bus stops, so I think those additional buses will help. The trains, or the train stations on our near part of the circle, they seem to be really chock-a-block of train stations. I just want to check how the trains are doing. So the train, you're full and you're near enough full, so I think it's time to probably go ahead and buy more trains, which we'll work on in a moment. On top of that, I think we need to go ahead and look at Fairford, and I do apologise if my mouse is really loud. For some reason on the mouse I usually use the middle mouse button isn't working and allowing me to rotate. The middle mouse button works on a scroll, but if I hold it down, it will not let me use the camera like a pinch here. So I'm using an alternative mouse, which is maybe a little bit louder. I do apologise about that totally. So what's everyone waiting for here? Everyone's waiting to go down to Willesden, which will happily go ahead and put more buses on, and we're also going to go ahead and connect up Greenlays as well. And I think we're going to make a special road to do that just because we want a more direct route over there. So we'll start off by adding more buses on to the Fairford line, that is for sure. So do we have a depot here? I think the depot is actually up at Fairford for some reason. Not really at all sure why I built it up here, but you're located here. So again, we've not got any new buses. We're still using these, which I'm not even going to try pronounce. We'll go ahead and add on, we've got 233 road vehicles, that is mental. We'll go ahead and add on 6 onto this line here. So this is the bus which goes from Willesden to Fairford, or probably Fairford to Willesden. Wait, Willesden to Fairford. So that should go ahead and help, because we do have a lot of people actually waiting at that bus stop in the central bus station itself. And I'm pretty sure we have quite a few people waiting down here in Willesden as well. So definitely think that makes a lot of sense to go ahead and build that. Now to connect up Greenlays, the only remaining town which isn't connected by a bus, we need to go ahead, I mean there is a current road which comes from Fairford, which we could actually make 2 buses going to Greenlays actually, that's a good shout. We could connect up Willesden and Fairford. So this town has grown really strange actually, since obviously adding in the railway station, I guess buildings are propped up around the railway station, and we actually built some of these roads 2 episodes ago. We built this road here, we also built this road here, and this road here, and you can see the, I guess, less detailed roads. These roads here, which don't have proper roads to pavements. I guess people have just naturally built them, so the town has grown a bit, but it's not grown greatly. And as you can see, which is strange actually, the transport line usage is at 0%, so it's maybe not classifying this train station as in with Greenlays. I don't really know how that works, because I mean it doesn't really connect into the centre of town, it only covers this wee side of town, which most of these buildings I'm pretty sure are new, and they've just propped up around the train station. So we're going to go ahead and create ourselves the bus station. Now I think we can actually get quite a central location here. I want to see that sphere of influence. So that sphere of influence definitely covers the centre of town, definitely covers most of the town to be honest, at least 70% I would say of the town, which is really good to see. So we're going to go ahead and create a bus stop at the railway station, just so we have a bus stop like on the way out. So you can stop there and you can maybe, nah, tell you what, we'll leave that, and we can go ahead and create 2 different buses now. So let's go ahead and create the new bus lines. Let's go ahead and start you off at the Greenlays hub. Let's have you stopping at the railway station. And then you're going to come all the way along this road, and then you're going to come up here, you're going to stop at that bus stop, you're going to go, whoop, that's the frame rate absolutely shitting itself. Maybe we've got a new unlock actually, it's a new year. So we have 2 boats, we have a rail bus, which, that's a possibility we could put on our line actually. That's interesting. We've also got boats, not bothered about, and some transportation of goods vehicles as well, which again, I'm not really wanting to go into goods just yet. I'm still focusing on passengers for the time being. Anyway, so you're going to return that route there, and I'm quite happy with how that looks. So you go from Lower Greenlays, New Street, yep, into the annex, yep, that's totally correct. So with that done, let's go ahead and change the colour just so we can see it a little bit better. And that bus route, I'm just double checking, that's definitely fine, really happy with that. So let's go ahead and rename you, so you're going to be the B, capital B, Greenlays to Fairford. That'll do, it doesn't really matter about capitals in the words of Greenlays to Fairford. So that's that bus line set up, and then I also want to go ahead and create, as I said, a bus from Greenlays over to Willesden. However, I think we can make a much more direct road instead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use a medium street and connect these 2 up there, and then I'm going to use a medium country road which comes out from here, I guess, out to, so we're going to aim in the direction of Greenlays and pretty much just go directly there, because we have the money to do this now. So, and I mean, it doesn't even cost that much. I mean, we're at 42 million for God's sake, so we definitely have the dollar bills to go ahead and do this. You're going to intersect, I'm happy for you to make a tunnel to be honest. you're going to intersect there, and then you're probably going to rejoin the road just before the railway line, I think, so why don't you connect in about there? So that makes for a much more direct road, which I am much more happy to put a bus on, because in general it should be more profitable. Anyway, so again, you're going to go from Lower Greenlays to the train station at New Roads. You're then going to come all the way down this new bus, or new road I guess you should say, into that bus stop there, Alexander Roads, and then into the centre of Willesden. Suppose the bus station, Willesden's grown really weird actually. I don't know if this bus stop was originally on the outside of town, or the town's just grown out to this side here at the left bottom. It's a bit strange. Anyway, you're going to go back the exact same route, and that will do for this bus line. And as you can see, it looks like already the train station here in Greensley is getting a bit more use, which is good to see. Anyway, we'll go ahead and name you appropriately, and then we'll go ahead and get buses on these two lines. So you are Greenlays to Willesden. I'm just calling it Willesden now, but I'll probably go back to calling it Willesden at some point. So how many people are waiting here? 31, so it's not too bad, and at least now you have an extra bus stop, which no one is waiting at because there's no buses on yet, outside the train station, so hopefully that'll maybe get people moving around Greenlays a bit more as well. You're definitely not big enough for a connect, so I'm definitely not going to go ahead and build a connect at this stage. So the nearest bus depot I believe is probably Fairford, so you can get deployed from Fairford. Onto each line, what I'm going to do is probably deploy about 8 buses. So that's 8 there, and then you're going to go on to the Greenlays Fairford line, and then buy another 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you're going to go on to the Greenlays Willesden line. So that's those extra vehicles deployed. We've still got plenty of money, which is good to see. I'm going to go ahead and put the game into ×2, because that's usually what we play the game in. And we're going to go ahead and check out just the line manager and see how everything is doing. So the Sale Connect is losing money, which is a bit disappointing, though I've got a feeling, if I can remember correctly, that's very new. We only built that at the end of the last episode, so, and that is quite a big change for Sale actually. As you can see, it's all a bit chock-a-block around Sale. It really is, which I don't know if I like that or not. What is the big problem here? So it's people waiting at the central bus station. My frame rate is going absolute shit right now. So Ride Sale Wembley, most people are wanting to go either down to Ride, or we could split that bus line into 2, to be fair. There's lots of people waiting at this bus stop here. You're also going to be going, I guess, to Ride Sale Wembley. I think it's probably best if we now actually go ahead and split that line in 2. So that means if you want to go to Wembley, you need to get the bus into Sale, and then you need to transfer. I think that's probably the better idea, because if not, Sale's just going to have these 3 bus stops where the Ride Sale Wembley line stops at. It's just going to cause too many problems, and I think this bus station probably needs upgraded as well. That's my initial thought. So we'll jump back to Line Manager very quickly and just see how everything is doing. Everything else is really positive. I'm quite happy. All the bus lines are doing well. The new bus lines, obviously, they will take a wee while to take effect, but they should be fine. And everything else is doing really good. I'm really happy. I think the Fairford Connect could do a few new buses as well, but we'll implement that after we've sorted this issue here. And the trains are doing really good as well. The trains are getting the bulk of my money, honestly. It's absolutely great to see how well they're doing. So again, we're going to go ahead and make another altercation to this line. We made quite a few altercations at the end of the last episode. But what's going to happen here is, because Sale is big. Like, Sale is really big. Sale's coming up on 1,000 people. I think Sale is probably our 3rd biggest city overall. That's why I think it's definitely important as well that we get a train coming up to this place soon. So what we're going to go ahead and do is basically just remove, I'm actually going to pause the game to do this. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and remove a lot of stops. So you're going to come 3, then 4 you're getting removed. I guess everything there. So up to Sale Transfer, remove Park Lane. What else do we need to remove? we need to remove you because you're only going to stop there once. It must be the Grove we need to remove. No, it's not. What do we need to remove? What bus stop's still up here? Bus stop number 4, Park Road. So you need to get removed. So that's you only going to sale now, which is good. So you're coming into there, you're coming into the sale transfer, and then we need to add a station after the sale transfer, which stops at the Grove, and that should be fine, no problem. So that is that line. You're going to have a lot of buses actually, so you might want to go ahead and, I guess we can go ahead and retire some of you guys anyway. So that's no problem at all, so go ahead and just retire probably, I don't know, 5 of those for now. And then, because we're going to have to buy quite a lot of buses to go ahead and serve the line for sale to Wembley, and I don't want to go ahead and put old buses on that, so, I mean, we've got the money to buy the new buses. Then you're going to go from the sale transfer to this bus stop here at Park Lane. This is a really good opportunity actually to go ahead and add more bus stops into Wembley, which I think I'm very quickly going to do. So close out you, then we're going to go ahead and jump into here, go into bus stops. So you're going to stop there. See, this is why I think actually making a central bus stop or bus station would be much better. And just getting rid of that one at the top. That's what I think I'm going to do here. So what we're going to do is we're going to spend a lot of money building a really central bus station. But as you can see, the sphere of influence on that is literally 90% of the town, whereas this one here, it covers like 10% of that. So I think it's a good idea that we're going ahead and doing this. So you can stop at that bus stop there as you come in, and then I think Wembley can probably get its own connect. I think that's definitely fair to say. So let's go ahead and add in, after you come in Park Lane, you go to Park Lane, and then you're going to come in here to the lower Wembley. Then you're going to go back to Park Road, back down to Park Lane, which is a little bit confusing, and then you're going to return back in to the sale transfer. So you can get renamed. We need to rename quite a few bus lines here actually. So you're now the sale Wembley, is that how you spell Wembley? It'll do. Line. You're going to need a lot of buses, that's for sure. And we can also go ahead and delete the upper station in Wembley as well, because there's no need for you no longer. So you can get removed. Which is a shame actually, because that was one of the original like episode 1 bus stops or bus stations I guess we built, so that's been in the game for a long time. But we'll go ahead and play you, and all these buses should run around and head back down to sale. And we need to go ahead and put new buses, which I think it's time for a depot up this end of the map, onto the Wembley line. We need buses on the sale Wembley line, that's for sure. So we can go ahead and place you there. Then what I'm going to do is buy... How big is Wembley? Because Wembley's a decent sized town as well. Okay, coming up for 500, so it's not as big as Sale, but it's still a good size. We're going to buy a lot of road vehicles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 of you are going to get yourself set onto the Wembley... Where are we? The Sale Wembley line, so off you guys go. We also need to go ahead and rename this bus line now, because it no longer includes Wembley, which is a shame, but oh well. So that is you changed, so hopefully those effects will start to take place. The frequency of the... Oh, I didn't hit enter, for God's sake, I always do that. And I complain about it like every single episode as well. So the frequency is still really high actually on that bus line. I'm still expecting it to make over 1 million. We might have to, I'm already actually going to put more buses on the Sale Wembley line. I never realised how long a journey it was in between the two towns. Plus this road definitely needs to get upgraded, that is for sure. You need to get upgraded. Just so the buses can go a little bit faster there. So we'll go ahead and also add in more buses very quickly to you. We'll add in another 4. Nah, we need the frequency to be higher. I'm going to add another 6. That's 18 buses on that line. But the frequency should be at a good amount. So you need to go on the Sale Wembley line. Off you guys go. And we'll come back and look at you later on in the episode. But now what we need to go ahead and do is... Ooh, that's interesting. Actually, we're going to go ahead and very quickly put more buses on the Sale Connect, then we're going to move on to our next task. So we're just going to go ahead and spam 6 7, 8. We're going to set yous on the sail connect, so off yous go, and that should help things out. This road is going to be so full of buses for the next few minutes, but hopefully everything should then die down and get back to normal. Anyway, so we're at 50 million, and it's time to go ahead and resolve our train issue. So the first thing I want to go ahead and do is, how are we going to do this? We might have to pause the game again to do this. So, looking at the two railway lines, they're both doing extremely well, both gaining a lot of money. I think the first thing we need to do is go ahead and create the new lines. It's going to be an anti-clockwise and a clockwise railway line, basically, which is going to go around. I think we have 11 train stations all in all now, so let's go ahead and see how this works. So we're going to start off at Ryde. Then you're going to go to, oh, it's quite a long journey all the way over here to Philly, actually. As you can see, Philly's got a lot of people at it. You are then going to stop at Paisley, over to Fairford, up to Greensley, which hopefully is starting to grow a bit more. Then down the line to Royston, I believe, which also Royston's got a lot of people. Loughton's always really busy. Then from here down to Haverhill, which there's an issue. I misclicked there, so we need to go ahead, and I clicked on the bus stop there, I believe. And the game's saving, and any new unlocks? Nope, that's us into 1951 though. Into Haverhill, in here to Chesham, and then back into Ryde, which I don't believe we have to add in. So we can remove you. So you are just the T loop, and then you are... What way are you? You're going to be anti-clockwise, I think. Well, it doesn't really matter, to be honest, as long as I can just distinguish the line. So you're going to be the anti-line, and then we need to go ahead and just do the same basically the other way now. So, no. Close out of you and then create a new line. So the new line is going to be from Ryde all the way up to Chesham. Let's make sure we actually don't click on any bus stops this time. In here to Haverhill, up the hill to Loughton, then from Loughton along to Royston, Royston to Greenlays. See, I'm starting to get the hang of all these names now. Into there, then along to Fairford, then Paisley Bridge. Over here, Paisley Bridge has got a lot of people waiting there, which is good to see. As does Philly, and then from Philly, and then that should be it. So there's only 9 train stations we've got actually, all in all. Let me just compare these two lines very quickly. So yeah, there's only 9 stations. I thought there was like 11. I suppose we do have one at Sale which isn't connected up yet, but that's probably like a next episode job. So you're going to be the T-Rain for T-Loop, and then you're going to just be clock, because you're for clockwise. So that's those two created. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is buy trains. And we've not really unlocked, I suppose we unlocked these new... What was it here? This was the rail train, the rail bus. So what are you? Do you definitely go on... That's it, you don't go very fast though. And you don't carry a lot of passengers, but then you'd obviously put multiple... I think I'm just going to stick with the traditional Flying Scotsman. So go ahead and purchase you. Then we're going to go ahead and purchase 6 carriages to go with that. And then what we're going to do is copy that and then copy that again. So that means I believe we have 10 overall of this train type. We currently have 5 on the Ryde, Chesham, Haverhill, Loughton line, and 2 on the Ryde, Philly, Paisley Bridge, Fairford, Loughton line, if you can say that quickly. And then we also have 3 in the depot. So what we're going to do is we are going to assign all you guys. This is going to be a little bit of money loss here for the initial stage, but hopefully everything will settle down quite quickly. So these are going to go onto the anti-loop. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to return all my trains which are currently assigned to the older lines. These are all going to return to the depot. Hopefully there isn't too much blockage on the line. Go to depot, go to depot. I've actually lost track of what trains are where. I literally have. Let's close some of these down. This wasn't the best. Well, it's not a bad idea, but I just didn't execute it very well, that's for sure. So what we need to do is go ahead and use 2 are the only trains still on lines. These are both waiting for free paths. So that's definitely going to cause a lot of loss, or basically we're going to go from the large profit we've been having to a bit of a loss. So I need to wait for you to actually return to the depot before we can go ahead and assign you to any lines. So that's hopefully there won't be too much confusion. Again, I still don't think I've done my signals correct actually, which is not good. Which we need to work on, because for example, I mean, this bit of double track here, you should just be using this bottom side here. But as we can see, the new trains are coming out of the depot and they're the exact same, so it's not much difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we're all good. So I'm just going to wait a minute and basically just see. I mean, there's going to be loads of passengers waiting at all the stations for a few moments. But when we get more and more trains returned to this depot, we'll be able to go ahead and soon enough assign them to a line. So while we wait for all those trains to sort themselves out, there's only 2 more needing to return to the depot now. We're sort of making a loss near enough actually. I've let the game run a wee bit there for about 5 minutes as the trains return to the depot, but we're still having quite a lot of issues with some of our buses. Some of our buses are not frequent enough for me to be happy, so we said we'd go ahead and add buses into the Fairford Connect. We also said we'd go ahead and make a few more connects as well. So the Fairford Connect, you only have 4 buses on you, which is kind of astonishing actually, so we need to definitely go ahead and add in, I would say probably about 4 more onto this line here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and set yous onto the, you should be the BC Fairfords. However, I haven't updated that yet. So where is B Fairfords? Yep, you need to get your name changed though on that line. So hopefully those additional 4 buses will go ahead and help stuff out. We're into 1952 now, and that is a plane. Again, it's still unsure if we're going to go ahead and really do planes on this map. I don't know if the map's big enough really to go ahead and do it. And, I mean, planes cost a lot of money. Like, planes do cost a lot of money. I think I need to go ahead and actually buy an airport to actually go see the price of planes. But I do know they cost a lot of money, so it's definitely not worth just buying an airport just to see how much planes are, that's for sure. So that should hopefully, that's improved the frequency there, and hopefully that should become a bit more profitable. Again, connects aren't our big money maker though. I guess they just move people around town, so I'm not overly bothered about that. Some of our other buses though, I mean, like for example, the 2 Greenlays lines probably need more buses on you, so I only set them up at the start of this episode, but it's good to see they're already in the profit. But I think we're going to add probably about another 8 buses onto each of you, basically double your capacity, and hopefully get things moving just that little bit faster. So let's go ahead and do that. Maybe we'll not quite double, but we'll add like at least, you know what, might as well double, we've got nothing to lose. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that basically cost me $1 million there. Put those on the Greenlays to Fairford line, close out you, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're going to go on to the Greenlays at Will's Den line, so we'll see how yous do. So hopefully, I think that's basically just the initial bus changes I want to make. Is there any other bus line? The Haverhill Curtin line probably needs more buses as well. So Haverhill is quite a bit away, it's basically the other side of the map. Haverhill, Jesus, you have a lot of bus issues. Why is there so many people waiting here? It's the Curtin bus actually, which is interesting. So you definitely need more buses. I don't think you actually have your own bus depot. So we'll go ahead and give you one over here. So how many do we need? We need, I probably want to double the capacity on that line as well. We'll add 10 buses on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you're going to get assigned to the Haverhill Curtin line. There we go. So that should definitely go ahead and help out, because there's a lot of people waiting in this bus station. There is, that's actually a mixture. That's some people for Curtin and some people also for Loughton as well. So I guess we could add more buses onto that line as well. I'm sort of just throwing buses out there right now, but I mean, we have the money, so we might as well capitalise on all this possible revenue. So you're going to be the Loughton to Where's this place? Haverhill. Loughton to... or it must be Haverhill to Loughton. What? The bus line isn't there. Oh no, it's up the top for some reason. Oh, because it's got a space. So, Loughton to Haverhill, off you guys go. So there would have been a lot of buses leaving out of this depot recently. Hopefully that should ease things up anyway in Haverhill. The amount of people at this waiting at the station is 253, so let's actually jump back over to the trains. As you can see, our money isn't really going up. I mean, we just did spend a lot, but there's definitely a lot of room to go ahead and get people moving. All the trains should have now returned. All 7 of yous should have returned. There's only, what? There's somehow only 6 trains returned, so there must be a train still in the process of returning. How though? Like, legit how can there be a train still returning? Let me just go ahead and check out lines at the bottom here. Yes, there's still one train incoming. Whereabouts are you? So you're in between Haverhill and Chesham, it looks like. So why are you taking so long? I just don't understand why you're taking so long. I guess now what we can do is just go ahead and get these other trains on the move, because I think we really need to. So let's go ahead and jump back into Line Manager very quickly. So we have 6 of yous in here. So what we're going to do is go ahead and set some of yous onto the clockwise. We'll put 3 of yous onto the clockwise. Put 4 of yous onto the clockwise. We'll put another 2 onto the anti-clockwise, and then when that other train eventually gets in, we should be able to go ahead and put you onto the clockwise, because we've only got 4 trains on the clockwise, and with all that done we can hopefully go ahead and in time just see how the 2 loops I guess do, and then hopefully we can go ahead and add in extra trains onto there as well, and then we can go ahead and make shorter loops. One shorter loop I want to go ahead and do is do from Ryde to Willesden into Royston to Loughton and do that loop. Or maybe just that line, just from Loughton to Royston to Willesden to Ryde, so it means Willesden has a train station. We're going to have some form of line which I guess connects up Wembley. I think we could just create a basic loop actually, which goes from Ryde to Chesham, and then from there it goes up to Wembley to Sale and then back round. So, because that would easily connect Sale and Wembley. And I mean, these 2 towns are pretty big, and Chesham, I've not really looked at Chesham in a long time actually. How's Chesham doing? Chesham doesn't even have its own loop, which is interesting. Though it is nearly at 1,000 people, so I definitely think it calls for it. So let's go ahead and very quickly just create that. And then what we'll do is we'll probably wrap up today's episode, because today's episode has been pretty successful, I would say actually. We've got a lot done, we've jumped all over the place, and I do feel, I don't know, I just feel that the amount of time that we spent just, I guess, altering the circle, it's kind of had a wee bit of a knock-on effect on the jumping back and forth, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it had to be done anyway, so hopefully though in tomorrow's episode things will be a little bit more smoother. So this bus line is probably going to have a lot of stops actually, I'm thinking about it. You're not quite connected there. What I need to do is add you in there. Have another bus stop, probably about there. Is this bus stop here in operation? No, I was hoping it wasn't, because it's a pointless location for a bus stop. Interestingly, I think we do need to go ahead and upgrade some of these roads though. I don't know why the... Is there one bus station? Yeah, there's one bus station in Chesham. Yeah, I don't know why you're on like an older road. We should probably go ahead and upgrade you as well. So let's upgrade you to a just normal street, I guess. Or no, I think I've upgraded you to a country road. Let's do a medium city street. That's what you should be. Just so buses can get in and out of here much easier. And it really doesn't cost a lot. That's like 3,000. And just go ahead and do that. So with all those bus stops placed down, I want to go ahead and very quickly just connect up used to. Like so. And then let's go ahead and create the Chesham Loop. So the Chesham Loop's going to start here. It's then going to go down to the railway station. From there it's going to come out here to the drive. Then it goes up from the drive to the green. From the green it goes over to the avenue. From the avenue over to Richmond Road. From Richmond Road round to Chester Road. Back in to the main station. Back to Chester Road. I've got a feeling I've already done this wrong. Richmond's Road, the Avenue, the Green, down to the Drive. Yeah, something's definitely wrong. I don't know what's wrong there though. And then from there we need to go to King's Road at the station and then back into there. So, actually I think I managed to do it right this time. Yep, no, I think everything is all good, which I am happy to see. So that's actually, I would say that's quite a big loop overall actually. That's got, what, 7 bus stops in it, so you're probably going to get a lot of buses issued to you. We don't have a bus depot here, so let's go ahead and very quickly just create one. Jump into buses, jump into depots, and what's this depot here? A tram depot. Suppose we've not tapped into trams, it's definitely something we can go ahead and consider. But again, I don't really know which city, to be honest, we could do that in. Maybe lighten a ride as things go on, but we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, let's go ahead and add in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 buses. Which I think we've pretty much bought 100 road vehicles this episode, I'm not going to lie. Did I name that line? I don't think I did. I think you're just line 1. So go ahead and assign you guys, and let's very quickly just go ahead and rename line 1 appropriately. So you're going to be B, and then you're going to be, this is the BC. Chesham Connect. So that is that sorted. So hopefully that should get more people moving around Chesham. Chesham's coming up on 1,000 people, which is nice to see, and hopefully it'll get the train station, more people going to the train station. Not that there's a shortage of people at the train station right now. There's a lot of people at the train station already, so let's go ahead and just double check. How are our new lines doing? Losing us quite a bit of money, which is kind of disappointing. The Sale Connect is still losing us money actually. So I really need to go ahead and have a look at that. Not really at all sure why that is. That's been losing us money pretty much all episode. So we'll go ahead and look at that in a second. But is this train returned yet? It has returned, which is good. So you need to get assigned to, I think, the clockwise loop. Yeah, the clockwise loop. So go ahead and you're going to go onto the clockwise loop. And that should hopefully get all the trains... That's all the trains set up in the new way I want them to. So it's going to take a while for... Oh shit, I've not removed the old lines. That's a bit of an issue. So we need to go ahead and remove both the U's, the old lines. Can we delete you? Yep, there we go, and then delete you. So that's the old train lines disappeared, and we've only got the new lines now. There seems to be, again, why are you sharing the same platform in this station? That's going to annoy me, because trains are going to have to wait, and it's just inefficient. Like, technically there should be no crossover at all with trains. At all. There should be none, because one of yous, if you're going clockwise, you're going to use one line, and if you're going anti-clockwise, you're going to use the other, because you're going in different directions, so... It's a bit disappointing, but I guess we'll work that out for the next episodes. We've went ahead and spent a lot of money in this episode. As you can see, we went from like, I think, roughly 50 million all the way down to the 16 million, so we've gone for a lot of money, that's for sure. But hopefully in the next episode we can definitely go ahead and make much more money. The next thing I want to check before we wrap this up is, how is our new Ride Connect doing? Our Ride Connect's doing pretty well, quite happy with that. So the Sale Connect seems to be an issue. There seems to be an issue with the Sale Connect. Holy shit, I see the problem here. That's why we're having problems with the Sale Connect. Why? What is the issue? Like, we just need to extend this bus stop. That's basically the bottom line. I think we also need to add in bus lanes as well onto this road, or these roads in general. Because this is like a big choke point right now, like everything is coming into here, so I can see why. So we need to go ahead and upgrade you, so let's upgrade you to... No, I don't want tram tracks. How are we going to solve this issue? Legit, how are we going to solve this issue? We could always move the Sale Connect out with the central station actually. And just have it like on the street here so it doesn't go into there, and then just add in a few more bus lanes around here. We could do that actually, so let me just think about this. So I want to add in bus lanes, yes. And let's add in some bus lanes along these roads here. Can we go ahead and try a large street without knocking people's houses down? Yeah, I think we should be able to do that actually. So yeah, as we can see, there's a bit of a filter lane here. Not really of course, because some buses, they don't all pull into the same stop, which is a good thing actually. So hopefully that should go ahead and help stuff out. We'll put this all up the main road probably. Go ahead, why can't I construct you? There we go. Right, so we put you all up the main road, then hopefully that should solve some of these issues. Just basically put it in the surrounding streets there, so I think that should sort things out, and all we need to do is this approach road needs to get widened, and then that should partially solve the problem for now. I can't seem to upgrade this entrance road though, that's going to annoy me. Can I not upgrade it at all? No, I can't. Right, this is going to cause an issue, because this is the hold up now, is basically you're waiting there. But if we have 2 lanes coming into this bus stop, it would be a little bit different. So what I'll do is I'll sort that out for next episode. Things seem to have cleared up already a little bit, but there's still... No, it's not really sorted itself out, to be honest. There's still a lot of queuing. So there's definitely a lot of work to be done there. And it looks like some road vehicles are finally reaching their lifetime as well. I believe that's the first vehicle of the old Daimler buses which has reached its lifetime. So we'll go ahead and work on that for the next episode. And hopefully get this issue resolved, because it is a pretty big issue. As you can see, just the traffic jams are just absolutely awful. So with that said, I'm going to wrap this episode up here, so hope you have enjoyed it. Please leave a like rating. My name is ConflctNerd Callum, and I'm out.